The Nintendo Direct took place a couple hours ago and I was falling asleep. Now maybe that had something to do with the fact that it was early in the morning and I didn't get much sleep, but it was also pretty boring throughout the whole thing because the best announcement was first, but we'll get to that. It got the biggest pop out of me. But let me just say this off rip, my expectations weren't all that high. The leaks were out, okay? The rumor that Star Fox was coming out this year and Ocarina of Time was going to be the holiday game. Well, we saw that Star Fox was announced earlier, so it seemed very likely that Ocarina of Time was going to be the one more thing, and it was. So in knowing that, and in knowing that Nintendo has been disappointing me lately, I really tried to keep my expectations low. All I wanted to see was, some of the things they already announced, Duskbloods, and see those announcements confirmed and some gameplay. But we didn't even get that. I'm just going to get into it now. And I'm happy that we're starting off with something positive. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. I cannot believe this. I had it on my wish list for Summer Games Fest. It didn't come true. There was no way in hell I thought it'd come at a Nintendo event. When they showed the screen of, here's our next highlight, I wasn't even paying attention. And then I was like, wait, that's Dragon's Dogma, no?
Your unwritten epic begins.
Is this Dragon's Dogma 2?
Dragon's Dogma 2,
dude,
Dark Arisen.
Dark Arisen? And then they showed Dark Arisen. I'm like, hold up. Dragon's Dogma 1 Dark Arisen was like the big whatever super version. They must just be calling the Switch 2 edition Dark Arisen. There's no way they announced the DLC here. Or maybe it's like the tarnished edition of Elden Ring where they just have a few add-ons and it's nothing crazy. But no, after all this time, they decided to announce the Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC at a Nintendo Direct. What?
Plus, you can lead up to 3
What?
Custom companions who act on their own. When taking on monsters, you can climb them to strike their weak points. Fighting alongside your pawns is key.
What the fuck? Either way, it's been announced. I'm super excited. I think it's coming October 9th, and it's coming to all platforms. Look, dude, hey, y'all started off big, but you couldn't carry it on. A big problem with these damn events is they just show so many ports, and they take their time on each port, bro. Like, we've seen these games before. So it's just a slog through it until you get to the next announcement, which was Pokemon Pokopia DLC. I really enjoyed what I played of Pokopia. I want to say I put double digits of hours in it. I didn't finish it, though. I didn't even finish the second town. The second town's Pokemon Center, but I really did enjoy it, and it's something I want to go back to eventually. So having a new town, 2 new towns in the expansion pass is pretty cool, and I could see myself getting it if I finish the game. The fact that it's underwater isn't as enticing, but that's just because I don't view underwater sections of video games all that well. So I'm guessing this one is gonna act more as just a different setting rather than having a lot of underwater mechanics. That would be annoying. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave was up next, and it looks good. It's in September, stacking that month even more. I really liked Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. I liked what I played of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I didn't play the one after that, but I am tempted to get this one. The problem is the release date, because that month is very stacked. But I hope to get around to it. Xenoblade Genesis is coming next year. I've never played a Xenoblade game. I want to try one. I was tempted to try X when that came out on Switch, but I never did. This might be the one to try because it seems like it's a spin-off. It's not connected to another story, so you can just hop in and experience it from the start. Like, you know what's going on. So that's cool. The gameplay, I really wish that, what's their name, Monolith? I really wish they'd do a different style of RPG because the combat doesn't look all that enticing to me. But to be fair, I haven't given it a try. So it might be good and I might love it. I've had games that had weird looking combat before, like Dragon's Dogma even, that I thought looked like I wouldn't enjoy it, and then I played it and I loved it. So I can't speak on it till I give it a try, and hey, I could definitely see myself getting this one and it being my introduction to the series. And the graphics looked really good. We didn't see much gameplay, I don't think, but it's a cool announcement. Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. When I saw it, I let out a little girly screech. Oh,
Home to all kinds of
bro, it's Wii Sports Resort. And that's because of nostalgia. And it's only because of nostalgia, because I saw the plane and I was like, it's Wii Sports Resort. And it also reminded me of Pilot Wings, which is like, because of the plane, I thought maybe they'd bring that back. It doesn't seem like they are. The plane looks a little, how do you say, like tanky, you know? It doesn't look like it's very maneuverable, like the Pilotwings plane. But either way, I was like, oh, this is cool. And then I realized like this is going to be a $70 release. Well, actually, it's probably going to be $60. Either way, it's going to be a $60 release, and I'm just not getting it. Like, I can think it's cool, but I'm not going to get Nintendo Switch Sports Resort for $60, so there's literally nothing to be excited about for me. I heard the last one was okay. I think the characters look awful in these new ones, man. I don't know why they don't just stick with Mii's, but I mean, you can have your own Mii in there, but the opponents are these ugly-ass, generic cartoon characters. And the thumb wrestling demo was something indeed. But if I was a kid still, I would love this announcement because I love the other Wii Sports games, playing them with my siblings. So, hey, maybe that's what it's like for the people that are kids now. Shout out them, I guess. Star Fox is getting a demo, thank God. I don't think that game looks good. I've heard great things. You know, I think, what's his name? I was going to say Caleb Plant. I think it's Logan Plant. Caleb Plant is a boxer. Logan Plant, he's an IGN guy, but I've watched some of his stuff or interviews with him, and he seems like a reasonable guy. He doesn't have like a Nintendo fever or whatever, and he said Star Fox was really good from what he played. So I was interested, and this demo will determine whether or not I get it, and it's most likely no. I'm gonna just say that right now. You know, that game doesn't look like it's for me, especially at $60. But thankfully they have a demo. Maybe they can suck me in. The next announcement is the second best announcement of the show. Okay, I'll say third. The third best announcement of the show. Final Fantasy Resonance. This is extremely cool. A brand new HD 2D Final Fantasy game. It's based off like a mobile game, but I think it's based off the story of a mobile game, and then it builds the entire game from there. So from what I understand, it is a brand new game just based off of some shelved mobile game. I wish they wouldn't even say that because it makes it sound worse, but as long as it's really ground up, a brand new HD 2D Final Fantasy game, I'm all in. It's coming out October 22nd. The pixel art looks amazing. You know, it's HD 2D, and I'm really excited to play it. That was a massive surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all, and one of the highlights of the show for me. And then they did this fucking bullshit. We've waited over a year to see the Duskbloods again, and you show like a cinematic trailer with no gameplay, no explanation of what's going on. Are you fucking stupid? It's supposedly coming out this year, and there's a closed playtest this summer. So obviously you could show off the gameplay and show what the main cycle is gonna be. Why didn't you? I do not understand this shit. And they did it again later on, which I'll talk about. Show gameplay. Show what the game is gonna be. Especially when it's coming out this year and a closed playtest is about to happen. There's no reason not to. And you just piss people off. Waited over a year for this shit and you're not showing me anything? Fuck you, dude. I don't want my first understanding of the game to be from leaked closed playtests or whatever. I don't know if they're going to be closed as in it's just a certain amount of people, or people aren't allowed to show the footage, because with Elden Ring, were people allowed to show the footage? I can't remember. I feel like I don't know, but we shouldn't have this problem in the first place because they should have just shown more. It was such a short trailer, and then they showed no release date, by the way. Then they showed the title, and I was like, okay, they're showing the title and then they're going to show more gameplay, and it just stopped there. How stupid. Dragon Quest Monsters, I never played the first one, but I like Creature Collectors. I'm guessing that's what this is. It's one of those games where if there's literally nothing else in the month, maybe you give it a try, you know? Splatoon Raiders, the concept of this game sounds like it's made for me, you know? It sounds like I would love it. But every time I see the game, I'm just like, would I love it? The gameplay just looks off to me for some reason. Maybe it's because it's a controller shooter, but you can use the mouse on the Switch. So maybe, I don't know. I hope they come up with a demo. They're going to have an event for it focused on it. I hope they come out with a demo because, you know, this ain't Steam. You can't refund after 2 hours. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that game will be good because I played the original on Wii U when it was released, and I actually really liked the single player mode. Now, I was a kid back then. Maybe it wasn't as good as I remember, but I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed playing the multiplayer. So there's a good chance I like it. And this is more geared towards me than a new Splatoon game would be in the main line. So hopefully it's good. They showed off Kingdom Hearts 4 finally. I watched my sister play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS2 and PS3 or whatever. I played a little bit. I remember playing the Hercules section, and that's about it. The games are cool. I don't have enough experience with the series, but did this look good? Was this supposed to look good? It didn't look bad, okay? I'm not saying it looked bad. but it didn't look like something where I'm like getting hyped for. It looked so weird. I think I just didn't understand what I was looking at. Maybe as you would know what's going on if you played like the 17 games in the series, including all the spin-off, whatever mini things. But I had no idea what was going on there. Why are they fighting this big ass monster in a city? I thought it was supposed to be like Disney properties. I don't know what the hell is happening. No release date, no release year. I feel like this would be the time to say it's coming out next year. So if it is coming out next year, it's very likely late next year because they probably wanted room to delay it to 2028 without backlash, maybe. I don't know. I hope it's good. And then, oh my god, man, they showed Ocarina of Time remake, and all we saw was Link with RTX on. I don't know about this, man. It's a little worrying, no? I thought they were gonna announce an Ocarina of Time direct, and that's why they didn't show any gameplay, but they didn't. They just said we'd see more at a later date, and it's coming out this year. Guys, you're not gonna show off gameplay of a game that's coming out this year, a remake? I don't know what this graphic style is gonna look like. The thing that'll be really telling is the environments. Link could work, but the way he looks worries me, man. It's a little too realistic. You know, I really loved Twilight Princess, and I love the art style. So if it's something like that, I mean, we really didn't get to see a good look here, so I can't judge it too early. But I hope they don't push for some realism, RTX looking bullshit, Unreal Engine looking bullshit. Am I the only one that's getting that vibe here? The only reason I would bet against that is because it's Nintendo, and I wouldn't think they'd do that, but at the same time, they'd want to show off the power of the Switch 2. And if you look at Star Fox, that's kind of what they went for there. So, and yeah, the fact that they didn't show any gameplay, it's a one more thing for your holiday game, bro. Are you fucking stupid? It's coming out this year. Are you stupid? It's just, it's dumbfounding the fact that they're not showing gameplay for Duskbloods and Ocarina of Time halfway through the year. And if they did, by the way, anyone who saw I'm not even on Twitter. I don't follow rumors. I don't follow all this bullshit. I'll see something offhand once in a while. I saw that rumor about the FromSoft game at Summer Games Fest. I didn't really believe it. I saw the rumor about Star Fox and Ocarina of Time, and I only believed it because Star Fox was announced. You know, I don't see a lot of this stuff, but yeah, okay. It's not your fault that it got leaked. I'm not going to dock you points for it. You know, I'm not going to say your event was shit because we knew what was coming. That's not your fault. But I will give you shit for not showing anything about the game. Not even a little slide or like a little compilation of gameplay or riding through the field or something. Nothing. It's crazy. And it really does the game a disservice because people would be so much more hyped for it if you did show something, unless it's bad, unless you fucked up the remake. But Nintendo wouldn't do that, would they? It's Ocarina of Time. You can't do that. That's dangerous stuff there. But yeah, even with my expectations low, hey, they exceeded my expectations in third-party announcements. How about that? Maybe it's just like PlayStation. You know, I liked the third-party, not even, bro, because they had so much bullshit third-party in between. I liked 3 brand new announcements in this show. Ocarina of Time, the new Final Fantasy Resonance, and Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen. Let's focus on the positives, huh? Why do I always have to say that now? I always have to try to focus on the positives. How about it just is positive? How about the positives are the only thing to focus on without being an outright hater? Even though I'm down on these events, it's secluded to these events. I'm not down on the future of gaming or anything. In terms of the actual games, not the industry, because there's so many good games coming out that I'm excited for. I mean, just look at the second half of this year and look into next year. So much amazing stuff is coming out. So much stuff that I'm excited for. I don't think I've ever had this many games, like this number of games that I've been excited for. So in terms of games, the future's bright, man. Let's not talk about the others though. See ya.